Okay, let me give you another question then. I'm going to, oh no, we'll go in order. So this person remembers watching The Dog Whisperer, so Cesar Millan, as a child, and he was saying you should always be the pack leader. So she wants to know, is this true or false? And what are your thoughts on it?
Let me say this. I think there's a lot of dog trainers that talk poorly about the dog whisperer. I think he was great for our business because I think he made dog training mainstream for a lot of families and really considered it otherwise.
Yeah.
I've got a hats off to that. And he's still around. He's still doing stuff. Yeah, good for him. What do I think about the pack leader concept? Ultimately, I'm in favor. I think dogs, as much as people will say that they don't fall into a hierarchical structure. I probably said that wrong, but like a hierarchy. I don't think that's true. I think you see that in the house. I think you see that there is a hierarchy. And I think that a lot of times dogs with no rules, manners, boundaries, commands, etc., will place themselves higher in the hierarchy and they'll do what they want to. Yeah. So ultimately, I do think that the human should be in the leadership position rather than the dog being in the leadership position. I think that's true.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think the human should be in the top spot, 100%. Yeah, in terms of, but I also think that, and I'm not even saying this about the dog whisperer necessarily, I do think there is like an older school mentality that's like a little bit more like alpha and macho and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's necessarily required with like your average house pet or whatnot. You know? So I think you can be the pack leader, so to speak, and do it in a very like caring and respectful way, but also and do it and never raise your voice or never raise your hand at your dog or put the dog on its back and hold the dog down. I think there's a lot of ways that you can be the pack leader in a non crazy way. You know, what would be crazy like most families and most dogs and situations and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we found you don't have to train dogs through fear, do you? That to get them to respect you, you don't have to make them fearful of you.
Right.
Which sometimes is old school methods, isn't it? It's
sure.
like, you know.
Yeah. And to be clear, like we don't want to make dogs scared of us.
No.
Like, I want you to be the leader, but I don't want your dog to be scared of you.
That's what I'm saying.
I think there's a difference though between like fear and healthy respect too. Like, as a kid growing up, I wasn't scared of my dad, but I had a healthy respect for him. I still do, but I wasn't scared of him, but I did have a healthy respect for him. And I think your dog should be the same way. I don't think they should be scared of you, but I think they should have a healthy respect for, like, hey, this person means business. When they say something or they have this manner or boundary in place or whatever, like they really mean it and they're going to make you do it every time. And so I think there's a difference between fear and respect.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing can go for dogs. But ultimately, I'm in favor of it. There's some stuff that's old school that I'm not a super big fan of. Yanking Craig training and alpha rolls and stuff like that. I just don't, I don't think some of that stuff is necessary. And there are really dominant dogs though out there that you do have to take a more dominant position with the dog in order to tell them like, hey, I am above you in the hierarchy. I just don't think that's super common for your average like house pet, like your average golden doodle, or we got a weenie dog out there today. Like you probably don't need to do that with them. No. Although they're all really dominant weenie dogs actually. So maybe I take that back, but you get what I'm saying though. The goal is like there's a lot of ways that you can do that in a healthy, respectful way to you and the dog.
And you're right. I think when you watch Cesar Millan, he's taking on some real serious cases, isn't he?
He is. He's also doing it on camera, which is like something that like a lot of dog trainers, they don't video their bad work. They only video their good work. Like a lot of people aren't willing to show their bad work. It makes me think of this one example. I remember one time I was training this golden doodle for videos and for the portal that we have or whatnot. And Jesse was filming me and where I'm walking the dog and I'm working on getting the dog to heel off leash or whatnot. And the first step to that is healing with the dog on a leash. Anyways, I've had this happen to me a few times in my career where like the prong collar would just all of a sudden just pop off. And if you pinch the things to make it like easy for the human to get on and off, sometimes you will pinch it too much and it'll be too easy for the collar to come off. And so I remember walking with this dog on the video and the collar literally just pops off and I look down, I'm like, all right, that wasn't supposed to happen. And I think we kept that in the video just to be, and Daniel, our editor and content guy in marketing, he's been with us since day one, but he sent me that and he was like, hey man, I think we should keep this in. It just shows even you make mistakes. I'm like, yeah, sure, keep it in. But anyways, so I think I was saying all that to say he had the pleasure / displeasure of putting everything on TV and being filmed for everything too. And a lot of people, a lot of trainers only show their good work. They don't show their mistakes and stuff like that. And so there is, I would say, the trainers out there that are willing to say, yeah, I've made mistakes, or video them and publish them. Then that's a lot better than some sort of polished, like flashy video or whatnot. And in dog world, which most people aren't in like dog world, but like on dog world on Instagram, you'll get a 10-second clip of a dog doing something awesome. And it's like the 10 best seconds out of all their training. And it's like the dog doing like a perfect heel and looking up and stuff like that. And like there's a tennis ball under their armpit or something like that they're trying to hide from you. But as soon as the video cuts off, they're dropping it for the dog to get, right? But they got a really nice 10-second clip. And those videos are cool. I'm not hating on those videos. I'm just saying a lot of people show their best work, not their worst work. And the Dog Whisperer had to put out a lot of content for crazy dogs that like a lot of trainers probably might not even be willing to take on in the first place.
Yeah.
And so not only does he take the dog on as a case to work with, but he's also training the humans and he's doing it on TV for millions and millions of people to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we should, I think like he made dog training popular for most families, you know, and put it on the minds of a lot of people. And even if some of the information is a little old school or outdated or whatnot, you know, it's like, still, he helped a lot of families and a lot of dogs and continues.
And continues to do so.